I just spent $90 on 2 knockoff figures. You don't have to, but you probably will. I'll show you. Today we're taking a look at Grand Theft Auto figures. Nope, that's not right. These are, what is this? What's going on? That's not Grand Theft Auto. That's AI done in the style of Grand Theft Auto. So I guess we're looking at garbage. Look, this is a crazy thing. It's just very rare that we get Android 18 or Bulma as action figures, so of course I had to buy these to find out if they're gonna be worth anything, and I just don't know. Never heard of this studio before, but if these are good, they already have announced 2 other figures, or at least 1. Yuck. Now, at the end of the day, these come with a bunch of crap. I don't know why you would do this. And I was afraid, based on the promo images, that all of these, like, little tattoo things were going to be pre-applied, and that was going to ruin them right off the bat. They both come with all the same stuff. They're basically mirrored versions of each other, just the difference of colors and the head sculpt. First appearance, the quality looks nice. It's got a nice matte finish on there. I'm hoping that at the end of the day, this is gonna be a solid solution. Although it's so weird. It's so weird. What do we do with this? Okay, so this is I don't know. The head sculpts aren't too bad. Maybe her head's a little small for her body. I don't know. Well, once we start really digging into it and comparing them to the previous releases that I own, now there is another version of Android 18 that you can get in her like tracksuit, and then there is the last Bulma they made forever ago for Planet Namek. These are characters that definitely need a bit more love. Bulma, for sure, needs a modern version for like Dragon Ball Super or something. And then I guess we'll never get adult Chi-Chi. Whatever, let's move on. As you can see, it's basically the exact same thing across the board, other than the faceplates are a little different. So let's zoom in and take a look at all of these accessories. Oh, goodness sakes, girls. We have this bat, which is clearly labeled, just in case you weren't sure and you're just kind of rummaging through all of your weapons or sports equipment. Well, now you know. And then we got this version, which just says good night, and that's kind of funny. It's kind of a Harley Quinn type of joke. We get a golden pistol, which is fine. It's very basic as far as the paint goes. It's just literally 2 colors. And then you get a silver version, which again, it's fine. It's very basic. I mean, these could definitely be Grand Theft Auto characters based on all of that. On by default for both of them, they have fists. The sculpt is fine, the nice matte finish looks good, and then from there we get a left and right of the trigger fingers, which are ideal for the pistols, obviously. And we get 2 open palm, kind of relaxed. Now there's a little bit of paint happening here, like to give a little bit more tone. There's pinkish hues here in the joints and things. It just doesn't come across that much on camera, but it is happening. And then we have a couple of peace hands. It's an Asian product, so you gotta have peace hands. I think that's just required. And then this, which somebody's gonna tell me, is this just some kind of gesture that I am totally unaware of? What does this mean? What is this hand? And you get a couple of other open palmed hands. These are just kind of peace hands, but not really. They're just somewhat of a different relaxed option. And then you got a couple of these, which are just ideal, maybe. Well, these are like going on the side of the hip or like holding the bat or something. So nice variety of accessories so far. Pretty cool. I mean, if you are planning to use these as Dragon Ball figures, it doesn't make sense there's a pistol and a bat, but we'll move on. Looking at Android 18, by default, this faceplate, pretty neutral. There's not a lot of paint happening here. You literally just have yellow across the hair, no gradients or anything, so I think they could definitely benefit from a little more life in the hair. And you can see there's like a huge difference in the designs. The color of the hair is also very different. Still has the earring, which is nice. This is interesting. I mean, like, this is almost its own space. It's like an alternate universe Dragon Ball thing. Quality-wise, fine, as far as the face goes. Obviously, very different shape, so at least they're doing that. The faceplates aren't identical, like, pieces of plastic. We have the difference of the character, and this is definitely leaning into that earlier Dragon Ball stuff, not Dragon Ball Z. So a unique style choice. Yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting, especially since they're wearing the same outfits and just kind of swap colors. This Android 18 kind of looks like she just got battle damaged in a way, and then this just doesn't look like a Bulma outfit, especially with the sleeve pieces. I'm guessing we can get these off probably very easily so that you can help differentiate the two of them, but then these boots are kind of odd. Faceplates come off just like normal Dragon Ball stuff. Option faceplate number 1, I don't really know what's happening here. We have obviously a difference in the expression. There's a little bit of white, almost like teary-eyed things, but I don't think that that's what's happening. It's not selling it if it's supposed to be like a teary-eyed faceplate. Next up, got milk. This is dang! And finally, so the downside here, we don't have movable eyes, but all the eyes are locked into specific positions, and you get what you get in that sense. But that's also normal for Dragon Ball figures, official things, so whatever. Just to recap, this is the face that's on the Bulma figure by default. Alternate face 1, I don't know.
Now that's more like it.
What are you gonna... Up next, we have this set. I mean, this is usable. It's kind of almost sleepy-eyed or just kind of giving somebody the side eye. It's not bad. And this one, which is, I suppose, also be usable. Kind of, we'll just say like, what is that, blowing raspberries? You know, this isn't the worst thing in the world as far as quality and all that stuff. I think that these just require a little imagination, because look at the huge difference in the height on all of these. So they're definitely going to stand out, and maybe this is really a thing that you need to separate from your other Dragon Ball figures, because they are just kind of living in their own space. So let's look at the details of the outfits, because there's some wins I think happening here. Like the matte finish, again, I've mentioned, is really helping the quality of this thing. We have this on the back of it. I guess it's supposed to be like the red ribbon stuff. I wish they would have just committed, because that's just stupid. Like either remove that altogether or just go with the red ribbon thing, because you clearly have a Dragon Ball Z figure. Same thing on the buckle. It's a little bit of a bummer. Hips are a little loose, but let's check out the articulation. Well, I guess I should point out the boots. The boots. There, I pointed it out. So the articulation, we have a little bit of looking down. Doesn't look up really at all. And I think really it's just because of the hair, which isn't that much of a surprise. It's just a little unfortunate. Arms go up in the perfect T pose. You got bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, which are working really well. And then you have standard ball pegs for the wrists. Looks like there might be a butterfly joint in there, but it could just be one of those like disc covers. And it is just one of those disc covers. So probably not a lot of range, especially with the jacket here, the rubber parts of this jacket. Yeah, definitely limited for crossed arms. You're gonna have to take advantage of the swivels and the elbows to get the arms to cross even a little bit. The jacket is a separate piece, so you could kind of customize to your heart's content, I guess. We have some ab crunch, which is doing all right. If I can keep these joints connected, then we can actually get a stupid look at the stupid thing. Darn it! Leans to the side really well. So there's definitely some range. It's just fighting the joints from popping apart. See? Happened again. But the range is definitely there. I mean, the legs would go out in the perfect splits, but we have the clothing parts that are getting in the way, which is not uncommon. It's split down the side to help with the range, but then it's just riding up, which is silly. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then there is ankle articulation, even though there's like a boot on here. So that's, at least there's that. And as far as any differences here, I mean, really, again, it's just the coloring which stands out between the two of them. Definitely on brand for her. I mean, obviously with this style and then this style for her. I mean, this is interesting for sure. I don't know what to make of it. I definitely wish that there were some more changes between the two of them, especially with like the boot things, because these are never going to stand on their own, like at all. They should have included a stand for these, because you can get them to do a basic stance, but as soon as you start to like try to do a more fun, unique pose, they're just going to fall over. And this happens with Marvel Legends and all kinds of stuff. I would have loved to have seen the shorter boots like this with the flat feet, and the same thing over here. And they really could have copied that and then just, you know, change the colors, because they're close enough to the original thing that it would have definitely worked over here. And it would have helped their height because they're way too tall. They just connect with this standard neck peg. This is kind of more common with most action figures, so you're not really going to be able to get anybody to transfer over because she has this kind of like angled neck joint on both versions, and then I think that's the same thing over here. So you're not even really going to get any way to swap things around. You're going to need something custom for that to work. Wrist joints feel fine. They don't feel delicate at all, so I'm not really worried about anything breaking. But removing those off the sleeves definitely helps the styling. Again, I just wish that there were more things like this, like the little glove pieces that would have helped differentiate them and kind of feel a little bit more like themselves. I mean, this is it's different. It's definitely different. So this is a very specific collector. As far as the skin tones through the body stuff, they actually did add airbrushing in there to give a little bit more color. So there's like some pink tones up there and around different areas. Now, the plus side to this too is that you can definitely customize them with more soft goods, and I have a full soft goods set for her specifically that might be exactly what this thing needs to kind of help merge them with the other Dragon Ball stuff. So I will show that. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think that's awesome. That's a great solution. Overall, look, I mean, 90 bucks for both of them or whatever I said, that's honestly not bad. You get a bunch of stuff, a lot of hands. If you want to build something else with these, you just find a head that adapts to that thing or use some tacky stuff and put that on there. And now you got a custom body for a great price with a bunch of accessories. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. And the quality is certainly good. Aside from the joints kind of popping apart a little too easy, these are doing what we need them to do as far as having quality behind the action figure. On that note, I am actually looking forward to that Goku, the musician thing that's not Goku. Look, whatever, but you can expect it to be reviewed. If you want to see more Android 18 knockoffs and alternate options, then be sure to click that video right there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.